episode of the Sesh. I'm your host, Raveheart, here as always. My co-host, my best friend, my partner in crime, Taylor Surreal. Buddy, are you ready for Russia?
Yes and no. Yes and no.
To be fair, even though this race is taking place on the Black Sea, Taylor still thinks that it looks like north of the Wall from Game of Thrones.
Yes. Yes, I do.
Taylor does not believe
I'm
that
picturing
snow
massive
melts in
snow
Russia.
drifts. Snow drifts. I'm picturing, Zambonis. I'm picturing all kinds of things.
I'm not gonna lie. An F1 race in the snow would be some of the funniest shit to watch ever.
They wouldn't even be able to start off the starting grid. They'd just be like,
Yeah,
the engines just
chaos.
overheat.
But all right, let's talk about this track, Sochi, the Sochi Autodrome. Apparently, it's one everyone hates. Again, we're new, so take that with a grain of salt.
We'll let you know in the debrief.
It's like, yeah, that's the thing. It's like everybody there have been a lot where they say, "Oh, this is going to be boring," or "This is going to be this," or "This is going to be that," and it turns out to be the exact opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so you got a point there. The circuit is 3.6 miles. That's 5.8 Europeans. We got this race is going to be 53 laps.
I thought so with that kind of track length.
We got 2 DRS zones. Those are going to be important because with a bunch of 90-degree corners, that seems like the only way you're going to be able to pass people on this track. So yeah, last year, we have Bottas, P1, Verstappen P2, Hamilton P3, with Valtteri putting in a 137.03 on the fastest lap. We have absolutely no frame of reference for how fast that is or isn't at this point. But yeah. So before we get to the predictions, let's cover the tires and weather. It's gonna be the C4, the C3, C4, and C5. Whatever the hell that really means. Pirelli tire voodoo magic. Yeah, it's probably. Oops, somebody got a text message. It's probably gonna be a one stopper. Nothing really. It's like basically what's been with every race this year. There's not a whole lot to go over with the tires, but what we have that's at least interesting is the weather.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
snow for all the forecasts.
Luckily, because it's actually they've got palm trees in Sochi. It's like palm trees in Russia. How the fuck does this scan? It's basically so it's going to be 65 degrees and an 80% chance of rain on Saturday for qualifying. God, hope we don't have a fucking repeat of Spa. We got on race day, it's going to be 70 degrees with 20% chance of rain. Hopefully, it's like you can't do a sprinkle dance. It's rain dance or nothing.
Correct.
Yeah. I'd be fine if it was dry for the rest of the season after what we've had. The traumatizing event of watching that shit for 4 hours. Still thinking there was going to be a race and nothing happening.
I apologize for both of us because we did do the rain dance maybe a little bit harder, a little too much than we should have.
Yeah.
Our fault, our collective bad.
Yep. I also apologize for not releasing the preview video that week. Whoopsie. But all right, let's move on to the Predictors Championship. Right now, I'm sitting on a 184 to 132 lead. So let's get this out of the way right now. Nikita Mazepin is going to be the only one that finishes this race. Everybody's going to have catastrophic mechanical failures on the formation lap. And basically, it's just going to be an all Russian crowd watching, Mazepin try not to fuck up for 2 hours.
Yep. So Bulba is going to come around to every pit crew, and he's going to do something. He's going to tweak something, unplug something, a.k.a. Putin. And nobody's going to finish. But I'm also predicting that Mazepin will also not finish because I think it's going to get to his head. And around lap, let's say 67, he's going to spin out and total his car. And
67 to 53.
Sorry, I was thinking we were going 72, 73. So, yeah, let's say 47. Lap 47. He's going to spin out, crash into the barriers, total the car, be disqualified, and then it's just going to be champagne bottles up there for the podium.
Nothing else. All right.
No, but in all seriousness, would you like to start us off?
Yeah, sure. All right. So, I think because Valtteri is going to be driving pissed off, and basically no matter what, Max is probably going to be starting from the back of the grid anyway, because he's going to take his three-place grid drop from last week, and then basically he's just going to take the hit for his new engine and just start from the pit lane.
Oh, so does he have that new engine penalty?
I think it's basically they have it, and it's just a matter of when they're going to use it. I think with the three-place grid drop that he got from the crash last week, that's really the only, you're basically going to be, no matter where you qualify, you're going to be down from where you need to be. So why not just set your car up to, do the, go super long off the rip and hope that you can overcut Mercedes later on in the race and, jump a bunch of places before the pit stops.
Interesting.
I think Max will take the pole. But fastest lap's going to go to Valtteri Bottas. But with Max starting at the back of the grid, what I'm predicting, thinking Valtteri is going to come in for his first win of the season. It's going to be a wheel-to-wheel battle with his soon-to-be former teammate, the T800 is not going to take no for an answer against the LHT 1000. Lewis is going to fuck up again. End up trying to cover Max or something, end up screwing up his race, and Valtteri's going to take the win. I have a gut feeling that Lewis Hamilton finished P2. So we go from a McLaren 1-2 to a Mercedes 1-2. That kind of sucks. I'm going to take your usual answer. Go Lando Norris P3. I think Max Verstappen's just going to miss out on that podium and finish P4. I think Pierre Gasly is going to be representing the Red Bull brand and coming in P5. He's going to be the one closer to the front, but eventually there will come a point where Helmut Marko is going to come over the radio and be like, "Hey, Pierre, you got to let Max by. You know the rules. Once his bitch, always his bitch." What do you think?
This information does change things a bit. I'm gonna bet against just for the sake of the Predictors Cup. I'm gonna bet against the engine penalty on Max. So with the idea he's just starting 3 places back from wherever he sits in qualifying.
Oh, so you don't think they're gonna take it?
Correct. Just because you're guessing, you're betting that they will. I'm just going to bet that they won't, just for the hell of it. But okay, so I'll just go with what I initially was going to say. I got Max at P1.
All righty.
I
Bold
do have
strategy,
Bottas.
Cotton.
Yep, I do have Bottas P2. Fastest lap.
Oh, you got 3 more to go, man.
Oh, so I'll come back to the fastest lap then.
Yeah.
P3, I got Lewis Hamilton. P4, I got Lando, and I got Danny Rick going P5. Fastest lap, I think I'm going to do Max Verstappen. Because even if he's in the back, even if, he can still crank out a fastest lap somewhere.
Yeah, he won't get the point for it, but...
Right. But he might crank out fastest lap. I'm thinking. Because I know he's pissed. I know he wants as much as he can get. So that's my reasoning there. And just because of how well McLaren's been doing recently and how well they can do in adverse situations, but also how well they've been gradually climbing up through all these races. That's why I got them right there, kind of in the P4, P5 territory.
So you got on pole.
But it's a tough one. Thinking about rain, thinking about all this. Because I don't know, and because there could be crazy rain, I'm going to make a gamble here.
George Russell.
No. Although I should. I'm going to pick my boy Lando Norris.
He almost pulled it off at Spa.
He did.
Like,
I got to go Norris, though. I got to go Lando Norris.
That's fair.
I don't know why, but when there's potential rain, for whatever reason, my brain goes to Norris. I don't know.
He's a British driver. It kind of makes sense. Fucking
there you go.
time over there.
He's
Except
grown
when
up in the
they're
rain.
racing at Silverstone, then they never fucking rains.
Then the skies open and the sun comes down. The grass starts to photosynthesize for the first time ever.
All right, so we got qualifying. That's going to start at 8 a.m. on Saturday. Probably not going to be making that one till the afternoon. And then for the race, also 8 a.m. on Sunday. If you're here in the States, that will be on ESPN, I believe. Like ESPN2 or some shit. Or if you're like us, you use the F1 TV app and don't have to worry about that shit. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for us for this week. Thanks for watching. If you like what we're doing, comment. Let us know what you want us to talk about next. Subscribe, all that fun shit. All right. But with that said, until next time. Adios.